But as we get closer down into this top 25, I see what Misador said in there. So let's start talking about some of these teams.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you guys, Georgia. Let's talk about some of these teams that might have had an easier schedule early, but they're still for real, right?
See, our schedule is extremely backloaded. Our last 3 weeks are at Penn State. I believe we go to Maryland, and then we host Ohio State. Yeah. And there's no bye week in there. That's back to back to back. So, yes, our schedule, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Our schedule was so easy to start. But, I mean, there aren't many teams that I would put above us right now just on our depth and how we match up with most teams in the country.
Yeah. And look, hell no. We'll show you respect at Florida State. We know you were able to get Clemson, although we all know Clemson was struggling this year. Boston College gave you everything you can handle. You smoked Southern Miss, and LSU, we know what they're supposed to be, but let's be honest, they haven't necessarily lived up. Yeah. So you got those 4 wins, but what are we talking about now? Come on.
We'll have to wait and see. I'm thinking we'll win all 3, but if we lose one, I'd pin it on the Penn State game.
Now let's go right into this, because this is Colin talking about, is that weaker than Georgia? Hey, UT Martin, we've seen that. Ball State, we've seen this. They had trouble against South Carolina. This past week, Auburn, Peyton Thornton played the game of his life. Never seen him play that well. I've never seen him play that well. Yeah. I watched a lot of him. So do we give them? I mean, it's the same thing, right? I mean, they've had 2 actually tough games that they've managed to get the W in, but at the same time, they were sweating. I know they were sweating.
Yeah. Now, if you're saying the weaker than UGA one, our schedule so far has been weaker than theirs, but our end's tougher than theirs. The Auburn and the South Carolina game, I saw Misador do his comment there. I don't know that he'd want to jump to that, but we'll see.
That's rough.
Yeah, but I think part of it too is, like we've said the last couple weeks, when you're the top dog, when you're the top team, every team is coming at you with their best shot.
Right.
So it's tough to say, because Georgia's a much better team than either of those 2 teams, but they didn't play like it. I don't know if they were overlooking them, or if it's just they're not fully comfortable with the offense yet, or enough players aren't confident in their roles yet. I don't know what the situation is, but they're going to trip up if they keep this up. If Milton and Tennessee play as well as they did this past week, they could catch them. Missouri could catch them. Whoever comes out of that SEC West right now could catch them.
Look, and to be quite honest, I don't think we got to go much farther than this week right here. Kentucky can catch them. Leary hasn't been the strongest, but we saw what Ray Davis did in that last game, putting up over 200 yards. So,
he was a
if you can hold right, if you can keep that offense off the field, keep Georgia's offense off the field, and have a steady running game, watch out, man. Watch out. Yep. So it's all doable. It's all doable.
College football update with your host, Sean Spencer, Alex Russo.